LenDenClub, we self have come from that journey, so it's pretty much close to our heart. In fact, we believe that at seed stage or at a pre-series A stage, that's where you tend to test the ability of a founder or a group of core team that is going to make this company with that dream and vision, right? So this is where you take a bet on the core company of the organization of any startup, right? So that's where you get to do a proper assessment or the raw assessment of the people contributing towards that idea, how clear they are about it, how ambitious they are about it, how calculative they are about the particular idea, right? So it makes a lot of sense, especially at this age wherein there are so many people trying to defend the traditional belief of just graduating, going for a job, retiring, managing pension, etc., etc. These are the generations that are fighting to go beyond this and build something for the country, right? The Make in India campaign is becoming popular because of such type of ideas that are being generated in the pre-series and seed startups stage. So that's why I strongly believe that for any VCs or any kind of investment avenues or even individuals and HNIs out there, it is extremely important to do a good assessment and fund these young ideas. I know that the success rate could be a little less, but that's okay, right? You at least get to know and get to evaluate a lot different kind of people in that avenue. So it's a great way to promote entrepreneurship. It's a great way to promote Make in India campaign. I'm a big time believer in this. In fact, I would like to add a bit to this. We LenDenClub ourselves have started pre-seed and seed funding venture at LenDenClub. It's a CVC fund called LenDenClub Alpha, through which we've already made an investment in a pretty young company, which is a low-code platform, and we are in the process of closing another startup for the same, and we have also started a nationwide campaign in order to find startups that are at this stage, right, who have promising ideas and want to deliver, through which we'll do a strategic type and make sure that they achieve that height of going beyond Series A and all. Initially, when we started LenDenClub, our focus was primarily on the salaried segment, wherein we tried to make sure that just like a traditional bank, so we just wanted to move the traditional banking concept to a digital front. But as we started growing, we understood that segment, but we realized that there is more traction from the non-salaried segment as well, the gig workers, right, who don't have the traditional mode of salary which comes on a monthly basis to their account. That's when we realized this segment definitely has a potential. There are people, if not working today in one particular organization, tomorrow will be working in another organization or any type of a projects as a gig, right? So we believe that there was a huge potential in this market. As we started digging in further, we realized there could be a different way to assess these customers. Some of them are even NTC, some of them don't have a traditional way of building a bureau, right? Yet there is a huge potential, there is a huge demand of this segment, right? As on today, I believe more than 30% of the working professionals in India are themselves gig workers, right? They may not just be delivery guys, that they can even be creative bloggers, etc., etc. Or vlogging is another concept that has picked up quite good as of now. So I believe gig working. As per the recent assessment post-COVID, right, we've seen many people moving towards work from home, right? More than 50% of the country's population, that is women population, are themselves proactively participating in order to contribute to the economy through any works and all that. So they are more keen towards gig economy rather than being engaged full time in any organization. So gig economy is definitely going to be a huge opportunity in the market. There could be a different kind of a loan sachet that they may need rather than a long-term loan, right? So the products are something that is still in the discovery phase. However, the opportunity is tremendous, and we are already starting to explore the same through a different credit assessment model. The first challenge is mindset shift, because we all come from the traditional banking mindset, right, wherein you know that this is the way you do KYC of a customer, you do income assessment of a customer, and then you do certain risk assessment, and then you decide how much loan a customer is eligible for. This risk assessment model has to be revisited, number one. So mindset change is a huge challenge as of now in the industry. Second, definitely building a trend, right? We know that in case of a salaried individual, in particular day of a month, there is going to be a certain amount being credited to that customer's account, and the customer has to pay it back to us. For this segment, we are yet to understand how this gig worker is going to pay. There is a downside to it. The downside is that especially when you are a gig worker, you may or may not have that discipline to become more organized financially in order to make sure that you maintain a constant cash flow or a minimal cash flow in order to make sure whatever you have taken as loan or credit is something that you'll be able to fulfill in due course of time, even if you may have or may not have a work, right? So second is that. Third is more towards the technological aspects of it, wherein with gig workers you may not be able to do a traditional assessment. You may have to go beyond traditional assessment, right? At the same time, you also have to make sure that customer data is protected well. So this is where you do a lot of behavioral analysis of a customer, and especially today in the era of digital technology, you want to make sure that whatever customers are out there, right? You at least do a good assessment of the digital footprint. At the same time, you make sure that privacy is not violated, right? So this is where regulatory benchmark, at the same time your definition of credit model without violating their process, violating the privacy is something you'll have to fight upon to make sure you make a good mix of a good underwriting model. So these are the three main challenges.